In this video, I'm going to show you how to create elements of design and principles of design in the form of a wheel. This is going to make it easy access for you when we're doing critiques or when you're trying to work with your art and you're getting stuck. You can go to this to look at it. The elements and principles of design are what artists use to create art. The elements are used to create the principles. So these are elements right here. And so what you're going to do, I'm going to give you the definitions. You are going to create this wheel, and then you're going to write the word, and then you're going to write the definition in there, and then you're going to give a visual example of what that word means visually. So you're going to be given the definitions in paper form. I will also have them online on my website for you to access if you are working on it from home. So we have the elements and we have the principles. Here's the one with the principles of design. You're going to start off with pencil. Once you have completed these, I'm going to give you brads to put in the center of them. And this is what kind of creates the wheel. It makes it spin. And also it's important that when you create this, you create it small enough to fit into your folder. And I will show you that in just a minute. So once you put the brad in the center, then you can just easily spin the wheel and see whichever one that you're looking for, you can find it. So there's that one, and then we can do this one. And same thing. You can spin it and find the definition and visual example. So what you're going to do is you're going to get cardstock paper. It's very important to make sure that you're using the cardstock, and what that is a thicker paper. It's more durable. So you're going to need a compass and a pencil, and I will be checking these out to you. The compass is out to you. Sometimes the center will pop out. Just pop it right back in. It's not a big deal. And it will spin like that. So start in the center, and you're going to go out to number 3, where it says number 3, so 3 inches. And make sure you're holding onto the center securely with your finger, or it will move the circle. And then you're just going to spin it around and make your circle. Then after you've done that, you're going to want to make 4 of these. Okay, 4 circles the same size so that you can make 2 wheels. So after you trace it, you're going to cut it out. Now we're going to talk about math just for a second. You're going to have a hole here. Okay, this is a hole. We're going to divide it in half, and then we're going to divide it into fourths, and then we're going to divide it into eighths. We're kind of skipping over 6 there because of the way we're folding it. So I just want to show you that to help you understand what we're doing here. So you take your hole, you fold it in half because you want it to be equally divided. And then you fold it. Well, let's slow down a little bit here. So then you have 1/2. We're at the second step. So now we're going to divide it into fourths. So you're going to see where the crease is at, and you're going to take that bottom part and fold it up and match it up to the crease at the top. Now we have divided it into fourths. That's the third step. Now we need to divide it into eighths. So again, we're skipping over 6. So if you look at it, you can see it makes kind of a V shape right here. Have that on top, pull up the bottom, match up the 2 lines. You'll see there's a line here and there's a line on the inside. Match those up on both sides, because again, you want it to be as even as possible. Fold it in half, and then you're going to spin it so you can see there's 2 here and 2 down here. And now you're gonna fold this part up to the top so that you can divide this section and this section. Pull it up there. It's important that you do this part correctly because this is the basis of what we're doing, because we're going to be creating our examples in each little slice of pie or slice of pizza, however you want to look at it. Okay, so you do that. You do that with the first one, and then you also need to do it with the second one. Okay, so now you have two of them. Put them together, and we are going to have to create a little section, a little cutout right here in order for you to see through, to see your word and the definition and the visual example. So that's what we're going to do right now. So what you need to do, pick whichever one you want to be the top, and you're going to kind of fold it over, have the lines match up. Again, if you can see right here, the creases. I'm going to match the creases up. Just kind of fold it a little bit there. You don't have to crease it too hard. Then what you want to do is you're going to draw on it where you're going to cut, because that's kind of helpful to do that sometimes. So you need a little section at the top like that, and then a second section. So we're going to do the first one. I'm going to keep that where you can see it. We're going to do the first one up here. Like so. And then you're going to do the second section. So I would turn it and then match up the line to that end. Okay, you go straight off the edge because you're going to cut these sections out. Then finish off that triangular shape. So it's going to look like this. So now that's kind of the template. That's for where you're going to cut. So you're going to take your scissors and cut out those sections that you just traced. Like that. So this one's a little trickier. You have to kind of pull this piece up like that and fold it over so it's kind of hanging there like that, and then just makes it a little bit easier to cut off when you do that. Okay, so then when you open it up, you have that cutout, that opening, so that you can see the work that you're going to create underneath it. So then what we're going to do next is poke a hole through the center for the brad. So you're going to want to match them up, line them up, and take a sharp object, carefully poke a hole through the center. And the reason it's going to take something a little pretty sharp is because it's cardstock. Again, it's thicker, it's meant to be more durable. So then for now you're going to put your brad in place. Please try not to lose them. They're kind of small. You're putting the brad in place so you can trace the area that you're going to create your work in. Okay, so let me take this one apart and show you what I'm talking about here, what we're going to be doing. So you are going to trace the inside. Make sure that you're tracing correctly. So again, you're matching up crease marks. The crease marks right here match up with the crease marks behind, so that it's so it's almost like stacking a piece of pizza on another piece of pizza. You want to make sure they're stacked right on top of each other. Okay, once you've done that, come in and trace It's almost like you've created a stencil, if you will, and you're just tracing it. So see, and then when you lift it up, you're gonna see that on the other side. And that is what I did when I first started these. When I was done, I went over everything with pen, and then I erased the pencil marks to make it more permanent. But you're gonna start off doing this in pencil. So you're gonna do that all the way around this entire wheel. You're gonna trace every single one. Then you're going to take it apart once you've done that. You're going to take it apart, take the brad out, and then you're going to take the vocabulary sheet that I gave you, or look it up online on my website. I have the definitions. You're going to start with elements of design, and you would see line as being the first one. So you would come in here and you would write line on the top section. And you can be as creative as you want to with this, as long as you can read it. That's the important thing. Line. And then you're going to write out the definition inside. You're going to have to write really small. And then you're going to give a visual example. Okay, so let's take this other one apart and I can show you what this looked like before. So this is what it started out looking like. It started out looking like this, and then I wrote line, wrote the definition, and gave it examples of line. I even have a little piece of wire right here. You can make line with just about anything. It doesn't have to just be a line made with a pen or a marker. So you're going to do that for each one of these. So you'll create a wheel of design for the elements and a wheel of design for the principles. Please use a variety of mediums. When I say the word mediums, I mean the materials you're working with, whether it's metal, fabric, marker, crayon, tissue paper, whatever it may be. Use a variety of mediums. I will make those available to you. Also like to add, when you're done adding all of your work, you're going to go in and you're going to trace all of it with pen, including the definitions. Then you're going to erase all of the pencil marks. And then you can, optional, you don't have to do this in the center where I did black to divide it. I just like the way that looks better. You can go in with a marker when you are done with everything like this, and then fill in the gaps in the inside. So that is what you're going to be doing. That is how you're going to make your wheels of design.